Oh, there's a lot of foolishness going on. Unbelievable. Yep. Okay. Let's get this adjusted. A lot of foolishness going on. We're going to talk about briefly go into the 12 tribes. I'm not going to make this long, but nevertheless, flow with the Spirit. Shalom. Shalom. Barak atah Yahweh. Barak atah Yahweh Shai. Barak atah Yahweh. Barak atah Yahweh Shai. Kah Laimla Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Rekla Kadesh. All praises be to the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of His Son and our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. Much respect and honor to the brothers that are doing the work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and freedom to do so, pushing His gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that is scattered abroad, and double honor and respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Coming back at you with another lesson, scattered into another land unto this day. Shalom, beloved. So when you study the Bible, Moses talked about America very often, multiple times. There's several places that come to mind. Deuteronomy 31, Deuteronomy 29, Deuteronomy 28, to name a few. We're going to talk about a key point where he talks about the 12 tribes that were scattered into America. So we're going to go into it. So you're not going to find America in the Bible. Yeah, there's a video that I shared with Elder Menatazat and Elder Malcolm. There's a long-haired orangutan teaching all 12 tribes are jet black. I want to say something. And if you're in the truth, yeah, he's out of his damn mind. And this is going to sound harsh to those that don't have the Holy Spirit. But these men that can't receive the doctrine, that hate order, don't look up words, don't study, don't go into the scriptures, they're animals. And I know that sounds harsh, but if they don't have a love for the truth, they are animals. So there's a certain point in the doctrine or where the Holy Spirit hits with full force. You don't see these men as men. You see them as animals. When the Spirit hits real hard, they're not men, they're animals. This long-haired man, no scriptures. All 12 tribes are jet black. Don't look up words. Don't go into the Bible. So if the scriptures are not flowing through you as your breath, your life, you're on the level of an animal. I want to go into something here. And that's how you'll see them when the Spirit hits you full force. I looked up Arzareth in the encyclopedia of the Bible. So I'm going to read what Arzareth means in the NIV. the New International Version. This is the Encyclopedia of the Bible. Arzareth. Show that to you first. I'll go ahead and read it. Arzareth, pronounced Arzareth, a region beyond the Euphrates River, to which the Assyrians supposedly took the 10 tribes after the destruction of the northern kingdom, and from which it was expected that they would return in the last days, pursuant to 2 Ezra 13 and 45. The Hebrew text means another land. Somebody posted Deuteronomy 29, verse 28 and verse 29. So chimpanzees hate order, and they don't look up words. They're just here, pushing blackness or fleshly unity, not built on the spiritual tempered mortar. Let's read that again. Arzareth, a region beyond the Euphrates River, to which the Assyrians supposedly took the 10 tribes after the destruction of the northern kingdom, and from which it was expected that they would return in the last days. Somebody posted Deuteronomy 4, verse 27 and 28. The Hebrew text means another land, and it's probably not a geographical name, but we know that it is through the Spirit, the land of the North, or North America. See, in the last days. Brother Ariyah Cha'ayah, Shalom Barakatah, and brother, let's go ahead and read this. Deuteronomy 4, verse 27. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. Let's get more on that. In the last days. Deuteronomy 4. See? Deuteronomy 4, verse 30. Watch this. Deuteronomy 4, verse 30. Let's go to, When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days, if thou turn to the Lord thy God, and shall be obedient unto his voice. So what did we just read? Let's go back to it. The Encyclopedia of the Bible. Arzareth, a region beyond the Euphrates River, to which the Assyrians supposedly took the 10 tribes after the destruction of the northern kingdom, 722 BC, and from which it was expected that they would return in the last days. The Hebrew text means another land, and it's probably, we got it. So another land. That's the land of the North, North America, So Moses spoke about it in Deuteronomy 4, verse 26 through 30, in the last days, that great tribulation where we were scattered. That's a cut to that long-haired giraffe, an unclean, savage animal teaching lies. And I sent the video to Elder Manatazak, Elder Malcolm, and the other beloved brothers. So Arzareth means another land. Let's go here. Let's go here. Brother Andre serving Yahushai, and Brother Chazak Ban Yehuda. Deuteronomy 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart for worshiping other gods, becoming delusional, drunk off the wine of Babylon and gods of the other nations. Deuteronomy 28. Let's go to Deuteronomy 29, verse 28. Brother Andre serving Yahushai. Deuteronomy 29 and 28. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land as it is this day. Let's go back to what Arzareth means. Arzareth, a region beyond the Euphrates River, to the which the Assyrians took the 10 tribes after the destruction of the northern kingdom, and from which it is expected they would return in the last days. So you men are not ready. You're proud. You hate order. You don't look up words. You're still a black African-American Negro, bugged out with dry lips and can't close your damn mouth. Let's go back to this. Beloved brother Andre serving Yahushai. Deuteronomy 29 and 28. Arzareth. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, as it is this day. So Arzareth is the land of the north, another land. That's America, where we serve idols and the work of men's hands. So the land of the north, called North America. Brother Chazak Ban Yehuda. Letter of Jeremiah 1 and 4. Now shall ye see in Babylon gods of silver and of gold and of wood, borne upon shoulders, which cause the nations to fear. Letter of Jeremiah 1 and 5. Beware, therefore, that ye in no wise be like to strangers, neither be ye and of them when ye see the multitude before them and behind them, worshiping them. But say ye in your hearts, O Lord, we must worship thee, for thine angel is with you, and I myself caring for your souls. So the Israelites went off for worshiping other gods. That's why we were scattered. So we look like the other nations, because we were scattered into all nations. So the biggest threat to the New World Order is the building of the Lord's church, the house of David, that's comprised of a multitude of peoples, nations, tongues, or languages. That's the biggest threat to the New World Order because we're scattered in all nations. So it's not just being an exceeding great army, but it's an exceeding great army with the Spirit of the Lord's anointing. That's the threat. Not just a bunch of Negroes, Native Americans, and Latinos wandering around with no order. So the threat is the breath of life and the Spirit of the Lord that's on these men that are waking up, that look Arabic, that look Caucasian, that look Asian, that look so-called Native African, that look Hispanic or European. That's the threat. It's the compilation of the nations of Israelites coming together under the banner of light, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So another land, we just proved Arzareth is America. Now let's go here. 2 Ezra 13. 2 Ezra 13, verse 40. Let's go to 39. 2 Ezra 13 and 39. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasseh, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the water, and so they came into another land. That's Arzareth, America. Let's go back to Deuteronomy. Arzareth means another land. Deuteronomy 29, verse 29, verse 28. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, as it is this day. So the 12 tribes, a bulk of them came over to Arzareth, another land. Kings and Queens coaching group. Queen means whore. Kings and Queens coaching group. Why would you be promoting a group, kings and harlots or whores? You've already been corrected numerous times. Go eat popcorn and plant rice, kings and harlots from Harlem. You have no idea what's going on here. If you're not teaching in sincerity every day and helping to edify the body and feed the Lord's sheep, shut the hell up. That's what you need to do, is shut the hell up. A harlot or a damn queen means whore. We're sick of you niggas. We're sick of you niggas. So Arzareth is another land. So the 10 tribes came over to the land of the north. That's North America, or Arzareth, another land. Deuteronomy 29 and 28. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, as it is this day. So Moses saw America, or Arzareth. We looked that up, remember? In the encyclopedia of the Bible. Arzareth, another land. So it's called the land of the north. He saw into the future of America. So the land of the north, another land. Let's go here to Jeremiah. See, Jeremiah 23, book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. So we're serving other gods. We got to connect the dots here. We're investigators, CSI, FBI. So we're scattered into the hills, into the valleys. These are the governments of the other nations, which includes the land of the North, America. So these pastors are these fake religious men, which is America as well, and the other lands. Jeremiah 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. See, out of all the countries. See that? So these are the hills, the valleys, the mountains that are led by indigenous or native religious leaders that cause the Lord's flock to err. So these leaders have blood on their hands that cause the Lord's flock to be scattered. And the seed or error. And when you go into that word scatter, that have scattered my flock, it also goes into confusion. See that? It also goes into confusion, mischief, deceit. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. So the Israelites are going to be placed back into the promised lands, the Holy Land, and are giving shepherds, leaders. So there is a restructuring of the leadership of the house of the Lord. See, wow, I got ahead of myself. Jeremiah 23 and 4. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. So true leaders are back on the world stage. These are the real stars of heaven. Leaders that are feeding the Lord's flock with manna from heaven. A spiritual sustenance is what the shepherds or the leaders, the stars of heaven, are feeding the Lord's flock. Manna from heaven. Not niggas teaching blackness and gathering together on black unity. The Lord is going to kill you, black devils. I'm just telling you. Don't take it personal. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous. Let me read this again. So the promises are going to be executed. The inheritance is going to be awarded. So the inheritance is getting ready to be rewarded to the promised seed. We got to take our time. So the testator has already passed over. Now he's preparing to award the inheritance to the sons of Jacob, of the noble house of David. See? Jeremiah 23, verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. So King Yahushua, baby Yahushua, is coming back in full-grown glory, power, and dominance, traveling in the greatness of his strength. See? Watch this. Jeremiah 23, verse 6. In his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. So Judah and Israel are oppressed together. So he's saving the two houses, northern kingdom and southern kingdom, that's being joined unto the house of David, and King Yahushua is going to sit on the throne of David, which is the new hill, the holy mountain. That's the new governing authority. Jeremiah 23, verse 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. See? So Judah and Israel are being delivered together. Let's go to Jeremiah 3. Jeremiah 3, right here. Jeremiah 3, verse 11. And the Lord said unto me, the backsliding Israel have justified herself more than treacherous Judah. So Israel, northern kingdom, were so heavily involved in idolatry, they brought it back to North America, the Native American Indians, Gad, Reuben, Simeon, and were worshiping idols here. And even unto this day, Ephraim is joined unto idols. That's why when you visit certain lands in Central America, South America, idols are everywhere unto this day. Jeremiah 3, verse 12. Go and proclaim these words towards the north, North America. That's another land, Arzareth. Jeremiah 3, verse 12. Go and proclaim these words towards the north, and say, return thou, backsliding Israel, saith the Lord, and I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever. So that's why the shepherds have been resurrected in the latter days. So it's built upon the ministry of Yahushua, the chief cornerstone, that was multiplied by the work and ministry of the apostles and prophets under the apostles. Jeremiah 3 and 13. Only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy God, and have scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree. And ye have not obeyed my voice, saith the Lord. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you. I will take you, one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. See? So he's going to build the house of David that was broken, had its back broken in half, so to speak. So the house of David was falling down, literally back broken, and became split into northern kingdom and southern kingdom. Moab rebelled against the house of David. That was split. Edomites or Edom rebelled against southern kingdom. So they begin to pick apart a vulnerable dynasty of the house of David that was fractured, broken in half, and subsequently other nations begin to rebel against the fragments of the remnants of the house of David that was falling down. See, Jeremiah 3:14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married to you, and I will take you, one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. Deliverance, restored. So this throne is being refurbished, cleaned up, better than before. So it's going to be a cleaned up throne and house to prepare for the occupation of our King Yahushua. Verse 15, Jeremiah 3:15, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So this is that manna from heaven, the pure living word. This is the true bread of life. This is the true refreshments and being restored. So it starts with the pure holy doctrine, the 12 tribes. That includes the 10 tribes that came over to the Americas. So this is the rebuilding of the northern and southern kingdom and the reestablishment of the noble throne, which is going to have a trickle-down effect of each king of the 144,000 having a region, a district, under this new holy mountain that are joint inheritors with Yahushua. So these shepherds are kings and priests under the order of Malach Tazadok, or Melchizedek, the king of righteousness. So he's executing this fraternity, this brotherhood, under the order of Malach Tazadok. Jeremiah 3:15. And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Right here. And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increase in the land, and in those days, saith the Lord, they shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of the Lord, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall that be done anymore. So the Lord's tabernacle is going to be physically here on earth, restored in the Holy Land, with Yahushua physically here. So the New World Order, they envision literally, and I know this is going to sound weird, their hopes is that the spiritual demon Satan is going to occupy a throne here. That's that all-seeing eye. So they have a reverse mindset that the spiritual demon Satan is going to manifest on earth and occupy an eternal throne and sit on the tabernacle of Edom. That's what these devils envision. But you're wrong, you red beast, or Rothschild, Rothschilds, which goes back to red child, which is connected to red shield. See? Because the spiritual demon Satan can manifest himself on the earth. Go back and read Matthew chapter 4. So the New World Order, they're trying to steal the birthright. Jeremiah 3, verse 17, verse 16. And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increased in the land, in those days, saith the Lord, they shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of the Lord, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall that be done any more. At that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord, and all nations shall be gathered unto it to the name of the Lord. Jerusalem, or Jerusalem, neither shall they walk any more after the imagination of their evil heart. So these other nations are going to be force-fed the commandments, the laws, the statutes. No more eating shrimp, crab, rice, Moab, and bat soup. Get that out of your mouth. No more she-beasts running around, kicking the man's ass out the house. All that's going to be done away with. Worshiping up multiple gods with different arms and all that stuff, that's going to be a thing of the past. All done away with. You're going to worship and bow down to the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And watch this to the black-ass only Israelites. Explain this. Somebody posted Jeremiah 50 and 33, Bubakashat. Jeremiah 50 and 33, Bubakashat. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 18. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers. So Israel and Judah are oppressed together. The land of the north, what's that? Another land, what's that? North America. We read about that, another land. Deuteronomy 4 and 30. Deuteronomy 29 and 29. Another land in the latter days. See? Brother Andre serving in Habashai. Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. So he is collapsing the military arm of the daughter of Babylon. Who will lead me into Edom? See? So the fall of this New World Order starts with the destruction of Basra. That's the centerpiece or the center of gravity of their power structure. Break their teeth, O Lord. Is that not written? So every kingdom's strength lies in its teeth or its military. Break their teeth, O Lord. So Judah and Israel is oppressed together. Let's go back to Jeremiah 3, verse 18. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers. So how are they all in Africa? You black Wesley Snipes, 12 tribes, jet black Ivory Coast Israelites. We just read they're going to come together out of the land of the north or North America. So where are you, Wesley Snipes? All 12 tribes are black. out of jet black Africa Israelites at? Explain that. And Jeremiah 50 and 33, that Judah and Israel were oppressed together. Brother Zadok, Shalom, Barakatah. Let's read this. And then go to Isaiah 43, verse 5. The book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 5. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth. Somebody post Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. So we're scattered into all nations. But the focus is on Basra. That's the military, economic stronghold of Edom. You got to take down a king's military in order to engage his nobles, his priesthood, his politicians, his military might. His iron teeth must be crushed and plucked out in order for a kingdom to fall and the scepter of the ruler. See, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler. Their iron teeth is going to be broken, smashed. Basra is going to be a desolation. Their military arm is Basra, America, or the land of the north. Beloved brother, you're walking on. Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. See? So he's bringing us from all nations, the east, the west, the north, the south. But it starts with the destruction of the land of the north. Basra, the military wing of this great red dragon. You don't engage a dragon without knocking out his teeth. Once you knock out his teeth, you shut his mouth. So his firepower is gone. His attack mode and capabilities are gone. Let's go back to this. Brother Zadok, Amram, house of David. 144. Isaiah 43, verse 5. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth. See? So this is an enterprise, a beast organization. This is the modern day giant led by the international bankers of the first of the nations, Amalek, the chief. But I wish I was making this up. They literally believe that the spiritual demon Satan is going to occupy the tabernacles of Edom, the throne of this new world order business enterprise. So we were scattered into all nations, you black-ass Israelites. You don't read, neither do you look up words. So it's easy to dismantle you. We would stay at the bottom if we had to rely on black-ass Negroes and she-beast Eves that don't know how to be a woman or a lady. Real aggressive and loud and masculine. Shut your ass up too. We're not just concentrated in Africa. We're scattered abroad. The beloved brother Yawakanan, James 1 and 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach. To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. So where's these black-ass Afro-American Israelites? How are they going to break that down? You tell me. So we're scattered to the east, Asia, or the Orient, North America, and North Africa, and up in Russia, and those other northern territories. And to the south, keep not back. South America, the sub-Saharan Africa, you see, Central America, and to the west, the Western Hemisphere, the Caribbean, Jamaica, Haiti. Come on now. This is not that difficult. But if you're stuck on being a black Afro-American, you're going to be bugged out and dumb as hell. Don't get mad. I'm just telling you, I didn't make you that way. So don't get mad with me. Dumb as hell. So let's read that again. James 1:1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. Beautiful. Beloved brother, fishers of the hopeful elect, Ezekiel 36 and 24. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land. That's beautiful. Remember, we were scattered into another land and all the countries of the earth. See? So what is he doing? Repairing the breach. Repairing the breach. And closing up the breaches thereof. Stacking the northern kingdom back to its brother, the southern kingdom, Israel and Judah, and rebuilding the tabernacles of David that is fallen. So this is the refurbishment and the reestablishment of the David dynasty. This is the David dynasty. See? So King Yahushua is going to occupy his throne under the house of, on the house of David, because he owns it. It's his throne. But occupying the throne of his father. Not deep at all. Nowhere have we read we're all gathered out of Africa. That's retarded. The scriptures don't support we're all being gathered out of Africa. Yep. Brother Andre serving in Yahushua. Isaiah 11 and 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. So he's covering the geographical circumference of the earth. But the daughter of Babylon, the land of the north, is going to be hit first. Every military commander knows to take out the opponent's capital first. If you're a commander and you were going to attack Mexico, you would go right into the heartbeat of that nation, Mexico City, and take down the government. That's what Yahushua, our Lord and Savior, is going to do. Take down the land of the north, or Basra, first, and then gather his sheep. The peaceable multitude that we read in 2nd Ezra chapter 13. If you're a black-ass Afro-American and don't study, this truth is not for you. You have not been born again. You're going to die as a lonely, confused chimp. Isaiah 11 and 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Notice we can't just overlook and the outcasts of Israel, northern kingdom. So they were scattered too. Go back and read James 1 and 1. So you black devils are defeated. Isaiah 11, verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Can't get around it. So there's no such thing as a black Hebrew Israelite. Don't exist. So the 12 tribes scattered abroad. So the Israelites look like different peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues, which are languages. Let's get that in Revelation. A lot of jakes don't study, and they hate order. So that video that I shared with Elder Manatazak and the other kings, also Elder Malcolm, it's a long-haired braids going all the way down his chest. When a man got long hair, that's used as a handle to get smashed from the backside. That's what that's for, that long hair. So why, as a man, would you need that? Help me to understand. Who's grabbing your love handle and ramming you from the backside? Inquiring minds are just throwing that out there. No reason for a man to have that long mane going down your back. Let's go to Revelation. I'm just saying. Revelation 7, where it says, what are these? Who are these people? You see? Because we look like the other nations. How you going to still be a black-ass Wesley Snipes-looking Israelite and been scattered for over 2,000 years? It does not make sense when your sons and your sons' sons keep busting off in the local women from that nation. They keep busting off into them. And then your sons' sons keep doing that. But you're still going to look like Wesley Snipes. Some of you men, oh my goodness. Oh. Jeremiah 16 and 16. Oh my goodness. Revelation 7. That's Revelation 7 and 13. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed with white robes? And whence came they? Who are these people that look Arabic or that look like sons of Ishmael, that look Asian? They look like Ham or Native Africans. Who in the world are these people? See? Yeah, Jeremiah 16, oh my goodness. I get an adrenaline rush just thinking about it. I get overheated with these bugged out ass jakes with lips that they can't close their damn mouth, and ashy elbows and lips. Shut your ass up. Let's read this again. Revelation 7, verse 13. This whole chapter is about the Israelites that were scattered amongst other nations and countries and were worshiping their idols, their gods. But this is the elect that are being gathered for salvation. Revelation 7, verse 13. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, these are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Wait a minute. Did we not just read Moses talking about great tribulation in the latter days? Somebody post Deuteronomy 4 and 30. I think 27 goes with it. One moment. So Moses spoke about America. Yeah, 27 and 30. See? You can't tell me Moses didn't know what the hell was going on here. He saw into the future. Deuteronomy 4, 27 and 30. And we'll close out there. So we saw America into the future. Revelation 7, verse 13. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. So they repented and got washed by the word, made supplication, begging, great tribulation. See? Deuteronomy 4 and 30. When thou art in tribulation, who is Deuteronomy written to? Read Deuteronomy 1. Deuteronomy chapter 1, the first 3 verses. It's written to the Israelites. See? So that great tribulation is talking about the 12 tribes scattered abroad, which starts with America for judgment. Deuteronomy 4 and 30. When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days, if thou turn to the Lord thy God, and shall be obedient unto his voice. For the Lord thy God is a merciful power. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he sware unto them. So the covenant is made only with the 12 tribes of Israel, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. See? So now we know this is talking about the Israelites. Revelation 7 and 14. And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. So the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latinos, and that great tribulation is several iterations of life on earth, being afflicted, being aged through the eons, made into a perfect vintage wine, fit for the master's use. So his elect are being made perfect, aged, shaped, tried, and tested, scattered into the 4 winds. Deuteronomy 4 and 27. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you. Can't get around it. We're not being gathered out of Africa. I had to catch myself. Oh my God. Lord, keep me holy. Keep me holy out of Wan Ratazah. Brother Zadok. So his elect is being gathered, the Israelites that were told they would be scattered into all nations. The beloved brother Zadok, Matthew 24 and 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the one end of heaven to the other. And we read, that's the elect of Israel, see? And we read that the throne of David is going to be reestablished. And young Yahushua is going to come back in full glory, power, and take dominion from sea, the shining sea, across the earth, and execute judgment, and occupy the throne of his father. And Zion is going to be rebuilt. Jerusalem, his elect, lively stones. Hopefully this lesson has been edifying. Hopefully this lesson has been edifying. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Ruach Kadosh. Double honor and respect to the elders and the apostles in Great Millstone. Much love, honor, and respect to the beloved brothers helping to edify the body and feed the lambs of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua. Not for fame, not for monetary benefits, not for vain glory, but for the beautification of Zion, the captive daughter and tender and delicate woman of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, doing the work and laboring in truth and sincerity. By the way, if somebody's not diligently teaching, you shouldn't be listening to them. They take 3 months off and come back talk about they're a prophet. And then they're bashing the brotherhood and the apostles. That's a devil, okay? The Holy Spirit does not stop moving. It's constantly flowing like water that you can drink from. See? It's not a grimy-ass Negro wearing long hair, a love handle waiting to be smashed from the backside. That's not a prophet. That's taking like 3 months off at a time. And then talking about we're all black and they're going to be gathered out of the African continent. The African continent. These are some bugged out ass reggae men smoking bamboo sticks or something with long garments like a woman. A man should not wear what pertaineth to a woman. A garment that pertains to a woman. That includes long hair. Bugged out. Get off the bamboo sticks and stop playing and cut that long mop going down your damn back. So hopefully this has been edifying. Kwam Yasharallah and the Bad Baba. We got next, Lord willing. Barakatham. Shalom.